What is good, my favorite little dumpy baby? This is the voicemail dump truck being recorded live on this Thursday, August 18th. My friends, we are in the presence of Broadway royalty.
Ooh, Broadway's favorite son is here.
It's Broadway mediocrity. I haven't worked there for 2.5 years.
There's only two levels.
You still got that Broadway stink on you, though.
There's
Okay.
royalty and nothing else. And you, my friend, are in the royalty category. Alex Boniello is on the show today. What's up, Alex?
Hi, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I'm here to be friends with everybody who's here. I wrote a book. We'll talk about that. You should introduce everybody first.
Talk about
the damn book
all the time. Let's hear about your book.
I want to see it
at the top right now.
Everyone, my fiance and I wrote a children's book. Here it is.
Aw.
I have children.
It's called A Case of the Zaps. This book is maybe marketed to some of you at home who are on the, parent side of things, which some of you probably are, given the general demographic and viewership of this website.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that people who watch Giant Bomb may have children,
old?
and
You're saying we're old?
Enough.
Hey, can I get an F in chat if you have kids? F in chat if you have kids.
Yeah,
Shout
let's see. Ready? Here we go.
No.
We're waiting.
Hey,
we're gonna wait.
Amazon auto completes this thing. I wrote case of, and it was like the zaps.
Look at that.
Incredible. Look at that. We got some S. So here's
Tell
the
them
pitch,
the
everybody.
title.
It's called The Case of the Zaps. You can find it wherever you find books. Literally just Google it. It's a children's book. It is about introducing the concept of anxiety and panic attacks with your child in a very sweet and frank kind of way. We worked with the Child Mind Institute on this book. They get a percentage of the profits of the book, so it's all vetted by doctors and stuff. It's really, really cute. James Kwan illustrated it. He's amazing. My fiance, April Lavelle, wrote it with me. Here's some pictures. This robot's really, really adorable. There are some jokes that are probably good for parents while the child is reading it. There's the robot dealing with anxiety. Please buy the book. We're really proud of it, and it's good. It's a good book. And now
Honestly, I think it's a really cool thing that you're doing because
Yay.
As someone who has experienced that for a long time, one of the worst parts is not thinking that anyone else has dealt with it, and it's just a thing you're dealing with. So teaching a kid young that anxiety is a normal thing to feel and nothing to fear, I think, hey, hats off to you. That's great.
Well, thank you, Dan. And that was the point, right? Like we were seeing a gap in we were seeing like a big gap, and we were like, does this exist for like a kid's book? Like, what's the deal? And a lot of the books are about like worrying or about like the first day of school, and all of that stuff's fine. But we were like, yeah, but also what if we just say sometimes everything might be like totally normal and you might still be dealing with this and you might be a little kid and not know how to talk about it. And I think we've come a long way in terms of in terms of talking about this kind of stuff and getting on top of it sooner rather than later. And it's challenging for parents too. You know what I mean? And also at the back of the book, this is the last thing I'll say about the book before we read a bunch of voicemails about like wieners or whatever happens on this bad show.
It's wiener based.
Here's all the like, we have back matter that has like resources, websites, places that the parents can go.
Is that supposed to be you too?
There's me and April as robots.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be useless for the people not watching the video version of this,
fine.
but that's okay. You got to buy the book.
It's a cute robot.
Very cute.
It's a
I'm
very
looking
cute
forward
robot.
to reading this with my son for sure.
And if you have kids and you're in the New York City area on Sunday of this week, which would be the 21st at 11 a.m. at the Barnes & Noble in Union Square, where there's going to be like an adorable like read along, and the kids can come. I think it's free. We'll sit there and read it. Our illustrator will be there with like a big pad, and we'll like be drawing the characters. It'll be fun and cute and interactive.
I'm just going to come show up and set up a chair right in front of your thing and read my anxiety book and try to sell it. So
go ahead.
Yeah. He's going to fucking tailgate. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Gonna figure out how to
get some of that runoff. Come on.
He's going to set up a stand.
Devil's going to show him like dueling anxiety book reading. Go.
Yeah, that's the spirit of it. Yeah.
Have you heard of Air Force Gator? That's how that's going to go. I'm glad you found the last. I'm glad you found the last Barnes & Nobles. That's sick.
It's big.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the voicemail dump truck. What's that, Alex?
It's many floors, the Barnes & Noble there. It's like six floors. It's wild. It's huge.
It's dope. I like that one because it's the only one.
It's not
Dan
Walden
Reichert.
books.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
There's one around there's like a mile from my house, which is
Yeah,
pretty
it's got a
far.
great
Side.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan Reichert's here. What's up, Dan?
Hello, how are you?
Doing all right? Feeling good? Looking good? Jeff Grubb?
Do you know how many levels Candy Crush Saga has? I just saw this, and I need to
It's
tell
like
someone.
800?
More.
No.
What?
1300.
The game?
More.
1800.
More.
You're
Not
not
even,
even-
16,100.
it's not even the right number of digits.
Yeah, you're not even close, Dan.
It's
April,
five
what level
digits?
of what level of Candy Crush are you on?
She's like a million.
She's not. She's been doing it for many years.
Yeah.
And yeah, when she got a new phone recently, there was panic in her face when she
I
restored
bet.
the iCloud backup. She was like, "If I don't have it, I'm just never opening it again."
12,365.
What the fuck, man? What are we
April's
doing?
on 6,000.
Oh, you're halfway there.
161.
She's halfway there.
She has never paid $1
Incredible.
Wow.
and plays every single day for probably the
Holy
last
shit.
8 years, more than 8 years. So that's
Oh
the
my God.
that's the real play to win, not pay to win.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Plays
yeah, no,
for
that's the way to
a
do it.
gamer.
Damn.
You got a real gamer.
Someone on Twitter mentioned that this is One Piece for white women, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. One Piece has got like 2,000 episodes or whatever. Yes, that's right. Don't
My
repeat
dad
that.
just mentioned to
Don't
me
repeat
that I think
Boniello.
he's
You
played
can keep
like
that
Okay.
between ourselves.
I think my dad's played like 37,000 or more games of Words with Friends at this point. Like
Whoa.
full games. Yeah. If he's in the
Yeah.
chat, you can update. It might be more than that, but it was like 5 digits for sure.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay. What
Yeah.
a tremendous thing to do with your time.
Yeah. So
I
that's what he
respect
does
the
when he
hell
smokes
out of
in the
that.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, rock and roll. And Jen Ochoa is behind the scenes today running the voicemails, driving the stream, if you will. Aside from Candy Crush, aside from Words with Friends, how's everything going with everyone here? Everyone feeling good? Anything you want to get
2
off?
hours at the dentist this morning. It was gross
Yeah?
and bad and hurt. Yeah.
Did they put you to
Yeah,
sleep at all? Because I know you said
no,
you
it
would
was
like
supposed
that
to be
if
a
they would.
cleaning. No, I like it. I like when they
Cleaning
just
for
knock
2
me the fuck
hours?
out. Well, no, it was like it was a long cleaning, and then the guy explained to me why my whole fucking face hurts for like an hour, and how he's got to
no.
like bring me in October and peel my gums back and like put
No.
enamel on the part of my tooth that goes under the gums and stuff.
He's peeling I think you're getting upsold. I think you're
He
getting
said he has to put a
upsold.
ring on my tooth and push it down to make my gums go like bleh, like peel out like an onion, and then he's got to put a bunch of like enamel stuff down there. It's gonna
Why,
suck.
why
My
is your
teeth
dentist
suck.
H.R. Geiger? What the fuck?
He's very nice. He knows a lot more about teeth than me. I trust him, but it all hurts and is scary.
It seems like you're getting
Imagine
upsold
if he
on
didn't,
some.
though. Imagine if he didn't know more about teeth. than
I
you.
know like 3 things about teeth. They hurt. You got to brush them, and you chew with them. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Man.
I went to the balloon festival and then it rained, so they canceled all of the balloon stuff.
Oh no!
Nice.
Yeah, it was fine. Got to see a mother-in-law and all that stuff, so the kids were super happy, and that was fine. It was still fun in those ways, but we are now like searching for other hot air balloon festivals because the kids have not been satiated for their need of hot air balloons.
I
we found
have to
couple others
assume a
coming up
hot air balloon ride has to be like a roller coaster where it's like if there's lightning in the area, it's a no-go, right?
Yeah, I think honestly,
Sure.
I think even like rain. My guess is I didn't like look it up or anything. My guess is water on like material that needs to be a certain temperature. It probably messes that stuff up. It would be my guess
Well,
because it's like
okay,
hot
so the
flame
water,
blowing
yeah.
inside a balloon.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
Dan,
say-
let's unpack it, bud. What do you think?
Well, I was thinking we'd be saying, Jeff, you taught me all about lightning, and lightning has to find a path to the ground. So since hot air balloons aren't tied to the ground, would they be invulnerable to lightning?
No. Airplanes get
Why?
struck by lightning all the time. They're just very.
But they're covered in metal. Hot air balloons are just like vinyl or whatever.
Lightning doesn't like. Ooh, better watch out for that. Like, that's not how it works.
But it's attracted to the ground. It loves the ground.
It's attracted to all the. We don't have to go. This is not back to school, but it's attracted to
not
all the
doing this.
molecules between the balloon as well. And
We're not
everything,
doing
so-
this. We're
Yeah.
not subjecting Grub to this. We're not subjecting Alex to this. He had a
You're all
fucking.
used to it.
He, had a,
But there was
he,
no
he was on the
lightning, so
finale. That
It
was
was, I
enough.
think they're just worried about like heavy winds mostly.
Yeah,
probably.
that
makes
seems
sense. That
that
makes
seems
sense.
right. You know.
Yes.
Oh no,
all right.
I'm joking.
What's
You're
happening,
right.
Alex?
You're okay,
No,
All
we're
right.
good. We're good.
Alex. You have the honors
What's up?
this week. You get to pick the very first voicemail
Oh, there they come.
for this week's
Okay.
Dumperoony.
Okay.
they're so beautiful.
Oh, good. Oh, I can just look over there. I don't even have to look at the thing you sent me. That's great. Wow. Okay, let's do. I know which one I'm not going to do. Why don't we do this one called something very specific?
Okay.
Hey, Giant Bomb. So do you have like a song or a band or an artist or whatever that you associate with something very specific that like no one else would associate it with because of like the circumstances of which you first heard it? For example, I will forever associate the band Matchbox 20 with Homestuck because of like one fan video I watched when I was younger that had like a Matchbox 20 song, and it was the first time I'd ever heard them. Thank you. Bye.
I associate System of a Down with The Legend of Zelda, even though I am well aware they never sang that song, and it was someone just putting System of a Down on Kazaa or whatever it was when I downloaded it. I'm like, oh, another System of a Down song, and it has to do with Zelda. I love these things. And then you download it, and it's like, his name is Link. You go to town. It's not. That's not Surge, whatever the hell his name is.
Yep.
Hendrix and the soundtrack to The Rock with NFL Blitz for Nintendo 64. Because I remember I bought both those CDs. I bought Experience Hendrix, just like a 20-track best of Hendrix, and the soundtrack to The Rock in probably 1996 or 1997, and would play NFL Blitz and listen to those on repeat. So, yeah.
Damn, that's a really good and specific answer. Alex, do you have something that's popping off to you?
Well, I was thinking. Sorry, my cat is. That's not going to be the last appearance.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I was thinking less about. That's really. It's a great question. And it's really hard. But I think of. Nope, I actually got one. Good. I got one. That's so wild. Some fat cell in my brain must have just gotten digested, and I remembered something. Yeah. You remember that song like da 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 and his north
the Six Flags song.
Yes, the Banga Bus, is that what it is?
I think it was Venga Boys was the group. I think
Venga Boys.
Whatever that song is. Whatever that song is, let me make sure I get the name of this game right. I believe it's called Legend of
Zelda.
No, I associate that song with the game Legend of Legaia. Do you remember this game?
Wow. Yeah.
It was a JRPG. Yep, a JRPG from October 99, 98.
PS1,
I don't know why. They must have come out at like the exact same time or something. And I am currently having a moment where I am remembering driving down the highway with my parents, that song being on in the radio, and daydreaming about playing it when I got home. I must have been 8 years old.
Wow.
See, this is why you're in the biz. What a way with words.
Can you? I was gonna say, can you explain what?
What a way to like just put us.
But he's going for it. All right.
What a way to just put us in the moment. What a way to just set the scene and dress it up in a way that we could all just dive right in to that exposition there. I love it.
I think you're projecting. I think you're projecting, but thank you for the compliments.
Nothing but compliments.
Whenever I hear Steely Dan, I'm immediately back in the back seat of my dad's car on a road trip. He would just have all those albums on repeat.
I just think Sopranos when I hear Steely Dan.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Steely Dan's the dentist band for me because I listen to them when I'm having crowns done. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds right too.
So you just have
I have a Spotify playlist
Steely
called
Dan?
Dentist. I have it says Dentist, and I press it, and it's like 80% Steely Dan and some Sly and the Family Stone.
Is it like you're just like, is it like transportative to you or whatever? Like
it's just like I was trying to think of like I don't want to listen. I listen to a lot of like Queens of the Stone Age, Metallica, and like harder stuff, and I was thinking like, well, I don't want that for Dentist because I don't want to be like amped up,
right?
But I also don't want to be like Enya or something. So like, what's like a smooth, cool, nice thing? And so I put some like Parliament on there, some Sly and the Family Stone, Steely Dan, yacht rock stuff, totally.
Absolutely.
So you burned those bands, like you're basically sacrificing them.
They're still good. They're still good.
because you're associating them with like getting drilled. Like it's
But look, it's not like Deacon Blues comes on and I like think I'm getting a crown replaced.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought of another really good one, and it's dental. It is dental. When I got my wisdom teeth taken out, I have a very vivid memory of California Girls by Katy Perry was on in the radio as I was coming out of my, being put under or whatever. So I always think about that memory of that. So Katy Perry and dental surgery, I guess.
Damn. Okay. I've got one too that's not great. That's also related to like a bad thing for just trading bad thing associations.
Yes, please.
I was in a fairly benign car accident in 2001, around then. And the song I was listening to in the car during the car accident, I've never forgotten.
Oh
And
wow!
it was the band
That would do
Brand New.
Mm.
The song was Jude Law and a Semester Abroad. And
There could not be a more thematically appropriate band to be listening to.
I knew you'd appreciate it.
Oh, you kidding me? I have a memory of walking home in the pouring rain, recently dumped, playing Jesus Christ by Brand New, walking home from high school, just being like, I'm not scared to die. I'm a little bit scared of what comes after. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody's got a tragic Brand New memory.
I think so.
I think if you were born and raised in the Northeast, it's a rite of passage there. Kind of just happens. You know.
It's funny you remember the car crash stuff because I totaled my car when I was like 16, and I was listening to "Kick Out the Jams," the Rage Against the Machine cover of the MC5, that Renegades cover album they did. I remember I was listening to that because I remember my car like spun down the road, and I remember like kind of realizing what happened and like was just blaring Rage Against the Machine. I was like, I need to, holy shit, people are running off my car. What's going on? Am I dying? What's happening? You know,
my 1980 Malibu didn't have a working radio when I got in my car accident, and I fishtailed it into a fire hydrant. But I do remember the 99.99 issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly,
the orange
flying
cover
across in front of me with the Dreamcast. It was 99.99 that day.
Wow.
That's how it all was just like. I'm never going to forget that day. It's like I have a terrible memory.
Yeah, because the whale part in Sonic Adventure was awesome. That's why you don't forget, right?
That's right. It's what I remember exactly. Yeah. And then
truly.
Sublime and going snowboarding and smoking the entire way back in the minivan. Those
Yes, I think that's probably shared
that's
with
everybody
about
who listens to
400,000
It's not that special. Yeah.
But I respect that, man. Hell yeah. That album's damn good. That self-titled album. All their albums are good. All their albums are good. All right, very, very good. Dan Reichert, let's hear it from you, my friend. Pick a voicemail.
Let's go with violently ill.mp3.
Okay, I got the ultimate. Which would you rather? Italian food or Greek food? One of them you can eat for the rest of your life without ever gaining a pound or getting sick.
Easy.
The other one will make you violently ill as soon as you touch it. Pick one.
Oh, come on.
You throw pizza under that. Fucking
thank you,
fettuccine
Carl.
Alfredo,
Put the
macaroni
pizza
and
under that.
cheese, like all the good
No.
stuff. Yeah.
No,
Italian
a margarita pizza. Yes, you could throw it under there,
that's
but
good
not
too.
other
That's good
pizza.
too.
Yeah, now you're
I'm going
both
with
Wait, you can't throw like a pizza in there?
No,
That's in the grand scheme, if you had to put a stamp on it, Pizza Hut's Italian.
No
No, it's
one
not.
Italian
No, it's
has
not.
ever worked for or been associated with Pizza Hut.
Let me check
Okay?
with Bonk.
No,
Text Bonk. Is
Bonk's
Pizza Hut
obviously
Italian
going to
food?
agree.
no.
No, I'm
that
only
an
a Greek
Italian?
gyro.
No, it's not.
All the way for preparing meat is so good. Greek, Greek food, Mediterranean, all the way.
Oh, so you picked Greek.
I go Greek. Yeah, I'm not huge into pasta. If the pasta's spicy, hell yeah,
Yeah.
not to make. But most of the time, I'm just like, pasta's all the
So
same.
Grub,
Pasta's amazing.
Just to make sure we're on the same page here, you have
Just go to my
agreed
permanent file.
to eat gyros forever, and then
Gyro.
the second you look at a chicken parm, you vomit. Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm down with
Very
that.
cool.
Yes, I have
Very
accepted that. Yes.
Very cool. It's a cool.
I texted Bonk, is Pizza Hut Italian food? And she just said, stop.
See, because you just asked an Italian
She's so
lady
good to
from
you,
New
Dan.
Jersey,
She's
sir.
what you
Yeah.
needed.
Dan, as a man who was recently revealed to be 91% Italian on his ancestry DNA test, I can, and I strangely enough, most of the rest of me is some form of Greek. I can also go ahead and confirm to you that Pizza Hut was founded in Wichita, Kansas.
Yes.
Dan.
Here we go.
So-
yeah. See, we know
No.
Italian food in Kansas.
We can't.
Could you text
we can't do
Vinny
this.
and ask real quick? Just get him on the record. Okay, cool.
Yes.
We can move on while we wait.
And to be clear, Vinny's also like a very generous Italian dude. So he'll be like, sure, they could come to the party, but deep
Yeah.
down,
But
when you
he's
get
not-
him
I
off
don't
the
think-
record.
I don't think so. I think he's also going to say stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've texted Benny. We will see.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Italian. It's so easy.
Yes.
So easy for me.
Very good. All right. I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna fuck up a euro tonight. That's what
I'm
I'm
just
gonna do.
like, there's no way
Good.
in the world that I would ever not do Italian.
I think
No, it's the
most
best.
people would go Italian, and I the way people get excited when like, oh, we're having Italian food tonight. It's
Yeah.
never for me.
Cheesy, saucy, bready, all the best food
You know,
groups.
and I'm not a big pasta guy either, Grub. I'm there with you. You know, but like chicken salt and boca though.
Yeah, but
what's
just like all
up?
Boca?
like,
What the fuck is Boca?
As you get closer to like
Salt
the
and
Middle
boca.
East, all that food is so good to me. I love
It's like
everything over there,
prosciutto
so
and
Greek, everything,
mozzarella
rest of
and
there.
like
Prosciutto's the
sauce.
tiny meat, right?
It's like the ham, like the real thin.
Yeah.
ham.
I mean,
that's
I'll miss
good,
those
yeah.
meat. I love prosciutto.
You'll miss it. You'll miss it. All right. Who's up? It's Grub time. Grab your gyro and pick a voicemail.
X. Just give me that X.
Hey, duders. So you know how like the coolest shit has an X in the name, but you don't say the X. So like Hunter x
Or Z.
Hunter or Spy Family. You guys should go like Giant X Bomb, but you just call it Giant Bomb. You don't even like say anything. You don't call attention to that X. You know. All right, I'm going to bed. Love you guys.
I don't
Good
like
night.
it.
Good
I
night.
usually,
Good night,
the
sweet prince.
things are supposed to be said the way they're spelled, which is why I'm not going to call that band anything but Chiverches. Like, listen, if you're going to spell it a certain way, then you need to be able to fucking look at it and say the words as written down. Like, isn't there a movie like The Vavitch? Like there's one where it's like, look, infamous, you know, like you need to be able to like say it the way it's read. So
What's the energy that Dan's
Sonic the
got right
Hedgehog
now?
2006.
He's got what's his name from the Anchorman movie. He's just like I read it as it's written right in front of me.
Oh,
I
Burgundy.
mean, look,
Yeah,
things are
Ron
spelled a
Burgundy,
certain
yeah.
way for a reason. Don't fuck with it.
Okay, dude, don't defend. If they're gonna, the English language is by far the dumbest, logically speaking, of all the
easiest for me.
languages.
I'm trying to get Dan and
this is the heel turn.
Yeah,
right here.
Of
This
course,
is
I knew
the-
that joke was coming.
I just
should've
stole that
known.
from Norm. That's a Norm.
Yeah, it's the best. It's maybe one of the best jokes ever.
I'm
Were you
trying to
gonna say,
get Dan.
Alex?
I'm just trying to get him in a gotcha where I'm trying to find one where
Oh.
I know he
I don't get
pronounces
fancy
it.
with it. No.
This
Like Metal
guy-
Gear Solid is 3 words spelled the way they're supposed to be spelled, and you say it that way.
What is
Alex.
Dan
what, Dan,
Reichert.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Dan,
Yeah,
what
it's-
is the
it's a
name
record
of?
with a
How
T,
would you
yes.
say Resident Evil 8?
It's Resident Evil Village.
Wait, so you don't believe in silent letters? Silent
Well,
letters?
no, because those are real.
Yeah. What are we trying
like,
to get
but
him
they're
on?
written-
Ghost,
but they are not
like the
written.
H is like that's just how it's. No, I'm saying when you get weird with it. You know, like look, Chiverches knows what they're doing, and I've never heard a single Chiverches song, but I know I don't like them because you just fucking if you want your
Can't
if
trust
you
them.
if you want your band to be called Churches, just call it Churches. Don't freak everyone out. I feel like
Yes,
there were some other
everyone's
bands that did that.
freaked out. Everyone's freaked out
Yeah.
by the name of that band.
I was sitting here trying to catch Dan, and I had a minute where I was just going, I don't fucking
he's-
care. It's
Yeah,
fine.
What about
no,
Drive
that's
Threer? What about
good
Drive
for you.
What about the third driver game, Drive Threer?
Yeah, listen, it's more fun to say it the way they write it out. Like there is the game chorus, but they do the V thing for the U, so it's just chorves. I'm gonna go play chorves, and that's very fun to me, and I'm never gonna stop saying that.
Look,
Yeah.
professional stepper on rakes, Dan Reichert will eventually.
Somebody says, "Hey Dan, say quinoa." That's the way the word is spelled, and that's the way it's pronounced. I'm not saying like no one's getting funky with it. If someone turned the Q into a 4, then it's stupid. But quinoa, as it's supposed to be spelled, is fine.
You've heard
Dan,
Chiverches in Death Stranding, by the way.
You aware of
Oh,
that?
probably I just didn't know it was Chiverches. I
Yeah.
thought it was all low roar. or
Yeah, you
whatever.
hate them.
Yeah.
You still hate them?
Chiverches?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes. Look, I don't know what kind of music they make, but I probably hate them.
Oh, now he's cracking a little bit. That's what I said. Just wait a couple minutes. He'll find a way to own
There-
himself. He'll find a
Churches
way.
is actually it's a Skinnerd cover band, actually.
Yeah.
I think you'd-
Really?
all
Oh,
know.
yeah,
They
they
do
got a
some
great
Thin
Give Me
Lizzy
Back
as
My
well,
Bullets,
yeah.
I heard. Yeah.
I think you'd like them.
Awesome.
All right. Did you pick Grub? I can't remember.
That
I
was
did
that
pick,
one, yeah.
and I'm
That
ready
was
to go.
yours?
We put an X in the middle.
All right. It's my turn now. Let us. Oh man, that whole fucking shooting hot dog things. I'll let that
they
marinate.
just said the word. Okay, I'm sorry. I
What?
just saw the cream pie one. I just saw the cream pie. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm avoiding
Ooh,
that.
okay.
like
Yeah, I'm
the plague.
avoiding that one big time.
That's
Yeah.
a
I'm
Donkey
brave.
Kong one.
Jan will just have to go AWOL and fucking just play that automatically. Let's do the thing. Speaking of spelling something the wrong way, let's do Sum 41.
That's spelled right.
Not like
Sum
the band.
41? What?
Yeah, where
What
do
are you
What?
talking about?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
on my original list you sent me. That's
look
for
at
last
the
week.
stream.
Never mind.
don't
For
pull up
last week.
Yeah.
I just watched a whole documentary about them. It was a great
Did
time.
you?
Yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay. I'm not going to do this one as a downer because come on, that's not what this is. Let's go to Weed Genius 2.
Hey, this is Andrew from Virginia, also known as the Weed Genius caller from last week.
Yeah, we know.
Jan, why do you hate me? You deleted my voicemail. What the fuck? I thought we were boys. Anyways, Dan, I would love for you to explain to me, what do you think raw denim is? Love you guys.
A good
Is this
fucking
based
question.
on something
Thank you,
I said
caller.
at some point? Did I say this
No.
at some point?
No, it's
No.
it's
I never
not.
said raw denim.
Yeah, it's just because
I was
you're
asking
you.
like, so jeans, where jeans come from is basically what he's asking me, right?
Sure.
Is that your final answer? No.
I have to assume it is some kind of hemp like straw based but dyed blue. It probably starts as like wheat or something. And look, it starts on a farm. I don't know if it's wheat or hay, or they put it in something or through a loom and then they soak it in blue and put buttons on it. Does that answer?
He's not doing as bad as I thought he was going to do.
Like
not.
he said loom.
Yeah.
He's dying.
I don't know what a loom is, but it sounds like something that would make jeans.
Sure,
the best, the best is like the way you
Okay, you
talk
go to
about
Jay
it.
Leno's backyard and there's a vast
Pretty
field.
good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because
Soak
Jay
it
Leno
in
every
blue
day
is
kills his own
incredible.
denim.
It's just poetry.
Just Leno out in the denim fields.
He just shoots his own denim and just like slaps it on his body.
Soak it in blue. Yeah, you can just hear it. It's just so.
And I love that you're implying that like somewhere on Earth, denim is just like in the wild, sort of like
Not like
running
jeans
through-
growing
running
off a
through the
tree.
field.
I know that's ridiculous, but I mean, like at its core, it has to start in a field.
I thought raw denim was like denim that hasn't really been like processed.
That's, I believe, correct. I believe is the correct answer.
That is
But what is that? What is
correct,
denim?
yes.
I guess is the
Yeah,
question.
so like a lot of denim these days has been. I listened to a podcast about jeans actually. That's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. Not an ongoing one. It was like 6 episodes, but I was only half listening because I was moving. But what I heard is most jeans now get so processed that you don't need to break them in. But there was a time that you would get raw denim, and like cowboys would have to spend weeks like breaking in all of their clothing and stuff that was made out of denim.
It's like new shoes and stuff like that. You got to break in. I
But
think
you don't have to break in your jeans anymore. They're super processed.
Oh, I get the extreme motion stuff. They're
Stonewashed.
great.
They stonewashed him, I think, and that's how that helps.
Yeah, Arthur
honestly-
Morgan was breaking in his denim. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
I think I have a general knowledge of what the word processed means in terms of like you always hear because like I think I eat a lot of processed food, but I don't know what that
Definitely
means.
do.
Everyone tells me
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's all packaged, over processed, but like I don't really know what processed means. Does it just mean they did a bunch of shit to it?
Yeah, it's just like highly
Yeah,
salted,
like,
highly
A machine
cured.
is just a machine is doing a lot to it before it gets into your stomach. Where like with most food, like if you were to go eat a tomato off the vine, your stomach's gonna have to do a lot more work, and apparently that's better for you. That's my understanding of it.
I
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
know that. Are you guys caught up on the rehearsal?
No.
Okay, well, it's the
Don't-
best show I've ever seen in my life. But
All right,
basically,
I
there's
know-
one
yeah.
part where
Oh,
they
it's-
show a field, like a garden. They show this is not a
Yeah.
spoiler at all. They
Okay,
show a
good.
garden, and there's just a bunch of like vegetables in it. And anyone who's seen the show knows what I'm talking about. And Bianca started laughing, and my dad talked about how he thought that part was hilarious. And I guess the way they showed it on the show is not the way they actually grow. Like Alex, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, Dan, it was funny because they had a farm, but it was a bunch of fucking store-bought vegetables stuck into the dirt. That's why it's
the
funny.
fact that they were just shoving it into the dirt, I guess,
Yeah.
but it didn't even like register to me. Like Bianca started laughing.
Of
And I was
course
like,
it didn't
happening?
register
well,
to
the
you.
joke. I mean, the joke is that they're creating this environment because the woman was like, "I really want a farm when I have a home," but they
Yeah.
were like, "Okay, we're gonna go to superfood town and buy a bunch of cucumbers and stick them."
That's amazing. But then
Like
you've already
they
I don't know what
established.
they look like in the wild, but apparently they don't just stick straight out of the
No,
ground. like
they
that.
don't.
Yeah,
They
believe it
don't.
or
Dan,
not.
to make it as easy as possible for you, processed. I like your definition of processed, where you said they've done stuff to it. Literally, if you think
Sure.
about it like that, awesome. An apple off the tree, that is an unprocessed food. It's an
Got it.
apple.
But
Right.
if it
Even
goes
if
through a
it's been
thing
like
like Musselman's
modified
puts it in a,
genetically, or whatever,
if
that's
they put
not
it in a-
processed.
like an applesauce container where you flip it open and stuff like that. Well, what about like you see a lot of packaging now and in recent years where it's just like 100% organic, all this stuff. You know, the ingredients list is really small.
Organic is dicey.
Yeah, organic can be processed for sure, especially like
and like organic doesn't mean much. It just doesn't. Don't worry about it. It just doesn't mean much. It's marketing.
Now, what about now? Alex would be great for this question. I don't eat a lot of meat these days, typically, but like I do eat a lot of like fake. Like you've told me a lot about like Impossible stuff and you know Beyond and all that. Oh, a really good name for one. We just got the Incognito, which is a really good name.
Incognito is a really dumb name. I'm a fan of it.
It's a great name. But is that stuff generally like healthy, or is that processed the way we're talking about it?
Processed within an inch of its goddamn life.
Yes, it's processed.
So is it not healthy?
No, it's not healthy at all. It's super salty. It's not
environmentally better.
Not killing animals.
I mean, as far as making me die or not.
Depends on what you're worried about, right? If you don't want cholesterol, for example,
that's a big thing for me. Yeah.
Cholesterol does not exist in these foods in the way that it would in like a burger, right? Because you're not. But there's certainly saturated fats in these fake meats, right? Yeah. So there's
but
you're
overall,
making
is it
trade-offs.
No,
but it is.
It's hitting different. It's unhealthy in different ways and healthy in other. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trading things off.
Major trade-offs, yes. And don't consider it healthier though. It's definitely not healthier.
They've fallen into
not healthy.
And that was the thing everyone was saying in the beginning when all these things were blowing up. We were like, oh fuck, we're gonna get into a situation where everyone's like, this is the healthier alternative, and it's just not the case. And that's exactly what happened.
So, like, check it out. If you're somebody who's incredibly worried about their heart health. Yeah. Maybe that's a better,
you could find reasons why it'd be better for you. Yeah,
right.
But it's just as salty, and that's what you want to avoid too.
At the end of the day, man, like none of that shit is, it's all tough. Like we should be, if you're worried about it, eat a fruit and
eat mostly plants.
Eat a broccoli.
I've started eating fruits. I've started eating fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean started? Is like you've
Bob's got me on cherries because since I apparently had never had cherries before, I started having some and they're good as hell.
Aren't they good?
Yeah,
how about
great.
that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Carrots?
Okay, I can only take so much of that with you, Dan. So thank you for.
He did a good job. I'm all right with Dan's performance today.
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
So far, so good.
It's been all right. Thank you, Dan.
We got plenty more podcasts to go, but
I know we're only. Yeah, there's a lot more. I went to chat for the next pick, and they chose. Shit, what did they choose?
Just pretend you know.
No, I do know.
Vinny has not responded about Pizza Hut. Can everyone text Vinny Caravella and ask him if Pizza Hut's the Italian food?
Yeah. Well, we asked Vinny about pizza. Fine, but they chose Hank Hill. Let's do that.
Yo! It's your boy Cincinnati Eric reporting from you guessed it, Cincinnati. Damn! I just had a banana, a 5-hour energy shot. I had a cup of coffee and a Red Bull. Don't ask. That's a lot. Anyway, I'm not 5 minutes into your latest episode of the thing, and you guys are talking about VTubers. And I've had an idea for a very long time, and I wanted to run by you guys. I wanted to see what you think. Would you guys watch a VTuber who is modeled after Hank Hill? I would love to make my VTuber avatar Hank Hill. So, my thoughts or question to you, I guess, if we want to be interactive here and not me just yammering off a mile a minute here, if you could make a pre-existing fictional character as your VTuber avatar, what would it be? Try to be funny. Don't be lame.
I refuse.
And love you guys. Bye.
My God,
that's not nice. Don't call it Dan lame. Only we can do that.
Jeez Louise.
I guess Hank Hill's pretty good.
Hank Hill is good.
Friend of the site, Will Smith, did this with Carl. With Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, shit.
They used their VR character tracking technology and would have him do like football picks live. And so you build like a live VTuber of Carl. And
how do I not
the
know
actor
this?
in there. I don't know. It's great. It's like really like kind of insane. At first, I think they had the actor who does the voice in there in like the VR headset, but eventually he's just like kind of got like lazy. So they have like someone who's like good at like acting up, like actually in there, and then he would just be on a microphone and answering people from chat or whatever. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So Will Smith invented VTubers. You can put that on his Wikipedia page.
In the chat, Baphomet Alive said Muscle Man from Regular Show, which would be so sick. What's up, losers? That guy.
Mine would be the brainy gremlin from Gremlins 2.
Okay.
The one that goes on the talk show and wears glasses.
That answer makes perfect sense. We have nothing to say about that, Dan.
Yeah. Okay. Move on.
Yep, Alex.
I'm having trouble thinking about it, but this is making me think about when that era, I don't know if it's still happening, but when Chuck E. Cheese was streaming, do y'all remember this?
No.
Kind of like early pandemic period. Chuck E. Cheese, like the official Chuck E. Cheese account, had a Twitch channel and they were streaming, and the streamer in the corner was, in the suit. Chuck E. Cheese.
Charleston Entertainment
Not actually
Cheese.
playing, right?
Charles
That's
Entertainment
cool.
Cheese. Yeah, I think I still have some DMs from Chuck E. Cheese. Hang on. I swear to God. Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. We
Is
follow
everything
each other.
animatronic?
Yes, Chuck E. Cheese. Where I got a birthday wish from Chuck E. Cheese. In which Chuck E. Cheese said, "Happy birthday! Hope you're having a blast celebrating." I said, "Thank you, Charles. Please join the chat." I guess I wanted Chuck E. Cheese
That's
in my
awesome.
Twitch
Oh,
chat.
Chuck E. Cheese follows me too. Hell yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course
Chuck
you
E.
can.
Cheese. So it was really strange. I believe Chuck E. Cheese also said poggers, which lit the community, the Twitch community on fire.
Of course.
I'm down for that. I would love Donald Duck. If you're familiar with Donald Duck, he's prone to fits of fucking rage.
Rage.
So
Let's
I
hear
feel
it.
like
Total rage.
Donald Duck would gamer. Let's hear it. Me?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Donald, I can't really do. I can't say words as Donald, but I can make the sound. But I can't.
I want that.
Like,
We'll take.
like that's Donald.
We'll settle
But
for
I
that.
can't. I
Yeah.
don't
yeah.
understand how to make it words. That's the part that's
Try.
really interesting.
Try doing the Gettysburg Address as
No,
Donald.
I
that's
know
too
I
much.
can't do
Come
it.
on.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
know I
Speaking
can't
of which,
do
can we get an Abe Lincoln anime VTuber that just make Abe
There we
Lincoln
go.
anime?
Yeah, that's
There we
all
go,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Herfrog in chat said Space Ghost, and I feel like that's a real
that's you good.
like the go-to, and then that makes me think of all Adult Swim stuff where I'm like, oh, it should be Harvey Birdman too, and maybe
Yeah.
some
The
of those
cast
cats.
of C Lab 2020.
Yeah,
or whatever.
like that seems like that would fit in real nice.
Hmm.
I wouldn't get mad at that for sure.
We could do.
It is tough.
We could do Giant Bomb's favorite piece of IP, Gollum, because you could have Gollum,
Yep.
Gollum and Smeagol together dealing with.
Talking to Gumby, maybe
Oh,
like a
interesting.
Gumby VTube situation.
What if it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Stallone, but the Stallone from the old Lipton iced tea commercials?
Oh right,
Yes,
where he's
yeah.
like, what does he say? Nothing is over. Just give me. Oh, I'm sorry. What are we doing? We're in the presence of royalty here. What are we fucking doing? Alex,
Come on. Doesn't
could you
your
do this the
space
right way,
back, Lars?
please?
Just
Could you do-
imagine.
I was like, I just
Yeah.
started
I'm
doing
trying
it.
to give him a layup, and yours was out. Swatting it out.
Imagine,
I just felt
here
the
he is.
big hook take me
he's
off.
just-
He's like, okay, now I got Goku.
hang on. Here he goes. He'll be like,
Okay, Goku, and we're gonna land in Tilted Towers. Oh, I got the Nimbus Claw. Hey, kid, can you do me a favor? Just pass me that hammer gun.
so I would be good.
Yeah, you'd be good at that. We could do that.
Has he appeared? Has he appeared at any point in
In
any
Fortnite?
sly character in Fortnite?
He's
I don't
in
know.
Call of Duty
Think so.
Warzone. I don't know if he's in Fortnite.
What about like Rambo? Like
Yeah,
Rambo's in Call of Duty.
Rambo's in Call of Duty.
Right.
You
Fortnite.
Rambo's in
love-
Mortal Kombat.
and Mortal
11 too,
Kombat.
apparently, yeah.
so basically
Uh,
going back to the Lipton thing though, like the claymation version of him would be super sick.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that version. Yeah. Or anything from Celebrity Deathmatch, like Stone Cold,
Yeah.
but the
Okay.
clay version.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about
Wow.
that.
Wow.
Stone Cold
I
ET,
mean,
if anyone knows that.
no, not landing on me
Yeah.
there, bud.
Mm.
All right. Well, look, the easy part's done. The hard part is actually doing it. So we leave that to you, Alex. Thanks for volunteering. While you're thinking
Sure.
about how to do that, please pick the next voicemail, sir.
Yeah, let's do when Jess isn't on, because Jess is not on.
Okay. You walked into that. That is
Ed from Edmonds, Washington. I enjoy the voicemail dump truck, but I don't listen to it when Jess isn't on because you guys talk about poop and pee and other gross stuff. And if Jess isn't there to stop you, she's at least there to be disgusted. Enjoy the show. Bye.
I don't
Thank
think
you,
she would
caller.
stop it. She
Thank
could
you,
talk
caller.
about
He
poop
said
and
she would
pee.
be there to be disgusted, and that's
Yeah.
important. He wants
Yeah,
to
she would
represent
join
it.
the chat. She's
Yeah.
in the chat right now. Hey, what do you think about poop and pee, Jess?
Yeah, she like feeds off
Depends.
that. I feel
Oh,
like
she's talking about adult diapers, so even she's talking
Oh,
about
there we
poop and pee
go.
there.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's not above
game
that.
for it.
She's
She
not
says
above-
poop and pee are cool in the chat. There you go.
Everyone thinks that for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller. Dan, you're up.
What do we got here? Let's go with creampie.mp3.
God damn it.
Okay.
Gotta say, give
The
me
people
cream
demanded
pie.
it.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
Right.
Yo, what's up, VMDT? This is your boy, ABC. I was traveling through Albuquerque, New Mexico, and as I was driving and leaving that horrible place, I was in the middle of the desert, nothing around, and as I passed underneath a bridge, on the side of it was spray painted, all caps, the word cream pie. And I'm in the middle of the desert. There's literally nothing out here for hours. So someone came out there and did that with intentionality. They wanted people to spread the word of cream pie.
Sure.
So what are some of your favorite random graffiti that you've seen? That's all. Love you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Okay. That's where we're going with that. Thank you, caller.
First of all, I feel like that's just like they're just letting you know where you have to go. And I'm going to leave it at that.
It's
favorite
service
graffiti, though-
journalism, absolutely.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Can anyone think of this? Is a hard one. I'm sure I've seen something really funny.
No.
I've definitely
Someone
seen some
recently-
good Sonic the Hedgehogs, which
Really?
is fun.
I've never seen any of those in the wild.
Yeah.
I saw one recently, like on a bridge or something, and it just said Van Halen kicks ass, but it was like, it seemed so genuine. It seemed like it was from
They
like
meant it.
1978, because other graffiti and stuff did have like something 78 and stuff on it. And it's like, wow, that's probably
Whoa,
some high
cool.
schoolers in like the 80s or something that were like Van Halen kicks ass and never got taken down, you know?
I think a Van Halen kicks ass is why graffiti exists. Like, you
Yeah.
got to let them know. And
Yeah,
I
the
think
first
that Van
graffiti,
Halen does
yeah.
kick ass. I've always been, I can't think of a specific one, but I've kind of always been, what's the word? Like, captivated by just like the silly little things that'll just be like, like RS hearts, PQ or whatever. Cause I'm always like, what a moment in like these people's lives. You know what I mean? I know that sounds kind of silly, but it's like, we'll never know what that means. But at that moment, that was like the most romantic gesture imaginable. I get weird and I go like, I wonder if those people are still together. Probably not. You know what I mean? And you just like, you think. And I think that that's kind of I don't know. I hope kids are still doing that shit.
I don't know.
I like the smaller moments too. Like anything written on a urinal wall, especially if it begins like a conversation where someone crosses something out and changes words.
Yes.
All that stuff is great. Like we are in our own environment. It's like a Picto chat, but in the real world.
Yep.
So I guess suppose Picto
It's always
chat.
like a gas station on the side of the highway in like Illinois or something.
Yeah,
and it's just like a whole
like
back and forth. Yeah.
like the dirtiest bar in town or whatever.
Yep.
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah.
The original 4chan was in the bathroom stall.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That feels
Yeah, I
good.
read some really messed up stuff as a kid in a Meyer bathroom, and I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't so
What was the
good.
worst?
Yeah, it was just like talk about like how they wanted to pee on people, and like I'm like 8, I don't need to be hearing about this quite yet.
Okay. Probably
Yeah,
a lot of questions you had after.
I kept them to myself. I just tried to forget it. I have it apparently.
Long lasting.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you, caller, for the cream pie. Jeff
There
Grubb.
you go. You got it there.
There it is. Finally had to work one of them in. Jeff Grubb, you're up next.
Yeah, let's go with. I'm going to take another look here, see if we get anything good. I'm going to go with childhood mysteries.
What up, dumpster divers? It's your girl Evie. So one time when I was like maybe 12, I was in a hotel room with one of my friends on some kind of vacation with his family, and we were throwing a ball around in this hotel room, and one of us missed the catch, and we could not ever find the ball.
Oh.
It was nowhere to be found. We scoured that place. We could not find it anywhere. And to this day, we have no idea what happened. So what are your childhood mysteries, those unsolved mysteries that you will probably never find an answer to? Thanks, y'all. Love you. Bye.
That was deep. I didn't know where we were going with that.
Yeah, the ball rolled into the back rooms somewhere, like the actual the place between.
There's always, I feel like I could, they're on the tip of my tongue, like a lot of just weird stories
Yeah.
from when you're a kid, unexplained bullshit, you know, where it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck really happened? In Jersey, there's a lot of like, you know where I'm going with this, Alex. There's a lot
Yeah.
of like rundown, abandoned hospitals in places, and as part of like a rite of passage, when you're, you know, from the ages of like 13 to 18, you sort of like do a little bit of urban exploration.
Allegedly.
You know? Allegedly, so I've heard. And you know, like whatever it is, you go in October, you go in the fall time, and you just sort of like have weird moments out there, and
Yeah.
you're too young to really think rationally about anything, and that's the weirdest shit that like comes to mind for me from my childhood. That
Yeah,
kind of garbage.
I had a friend who lived in a very nice, like modern home that was, you know, just like a very nice home. And there were always conversations about his basement being haunted. And I don't know where I stand on any of this business, right? But I do believe that in most cases these things can be like discussed or explained, or you know what I mean. There's always something going on here. But I tell you, too many people who like didn't know the secrets of the basement, or like had too many people who like hadn't heard the stories, would go in that basement and like be like, I felt something weird going on over there. You know what I mean? Like, and so this basement it's always been a thing, and still to this day, his family still lives there. Whenever I go in that basement, man, I'm so instantly transported back to like, what the fuck is going on here with like the vibes. And then there's one more. There's a woods near my fiance's childhood home, and there was just this like thing. Like, what was it? Do you remember that like weird like wooden Jesus thing that was pinned to a tree?
Oh, I love weird wood shit.
Did he grow up in True Detective?
It was a
right?
metal Jesus pinned to a tree
Hell
with
yeah.
like just in the woods. Like, why does this exist? It was
love
clearly
that.
like well taken care of in some way. No
Yeah.
one's ever gonna get an answer. You know, I don't know, man.
I love that shit. I love like weird, unexplained. Just, you know, when you go up to the mountains and there's no houses for miles and miles, and you're just like, what's really going on up here? You know, and then you come across something that seems so perfectly manicured and just there for no reason. You're just like, who's in charge of this little thing? What is this? That shit. I love that shit. Sounds like there was maybe just like a mold growth in your friend's basement though, and people were hallucinating. That's
well, what I'll tell you is that that basement got redone, and it was still happening post the.
What was happening though? Because like I'm obviously very skeptical of all that stuff.
Sure. I understand. A lot of my one experience, the only one I ever had, was at a it was a sleepover, and waking up and being so positive that there was like something above me. Never in my life has anything like that ever happened again. Again, who knows if it's oh, you have a visitor. Who knows? Oh wow, a high five. Very good. Do I ignore it? What's the protocol?
Just
Dan just
don't keep
started
going.
the kid.
We keep going.
Yeah, make yourself
we don't
just like big. Yeah.
We don't need Dan to fight. Yeah, but it's stuff like that. We had like his mom would feel things all the time, would hear things, would see things, would you know, all of that kind of stuff. Just the usual kind of stuff that that goes on. I don't know, man.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Like when I hear stuff like that, I'm always just like, what else were you doing that night?
Hey, I get it.
You know,
something was probably happening. It's just, again, like Boniello says, probably has some explanation we just can't think of. Like,
yeah.
Mine is my dad. Every time he's come to visit me, ever since I've had dogs, he's always just been baffled. It's like, I just don't understand why anybody would have a pet. Why would anyone? You got to do all sorts of stuff. You got to clean up. They pee. You got to do their pain in the ass. Why would they wake you up? He just hates. He cannot fathom anybody ever wanting a pet. And I've brought up all these times, like, Dad, we had a dog when I was a kid at your house. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I brought this up, and I've been so confused. And we're like, Dad, I distinctly remember having a dog named Ringo at your house when I was very little. And he's like, no, we never had a dog. And I was like, Dad, yes, we did. And like, also Ringo is totally what my dad would have named a dog. He would have named it after a beetle. Ringo is the funniest dog name out of the four, you know? So it's like, I distinctly remember this dog. My first pet, Ringo, the dog at my dad's place. And he just denied it for years and years and years. I'm back home a couple weeks ago, and my mom gives me a big box of photos and stuff that had been at her place. And I find like 3 or 4 photos of me tiny. Like I'm like 2 or 3, barely, walking around and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a little dog there. And that's what I remember Ringo looking like. And it's on my dad's back porch. And I sent the pictures to my dad. I was like, this is Ringo. This is the dog. Who is this? And my dad's like, I don't know what the hell that is. It's just like, what the fuck? Who is this dog? I have photo evidence now of this dog, and no one knows who the fuck it is or what happened to it.
So you were just playing with some random feral dog in the backyard that you assumed was yours? Is that what's happening?
No, it's so weird, and I don't understand this at all. But my whole childhood, we had dogs.
I don't understand your whole childhood either.
No,
So
we always at my mom's house or mainly my mom's house, but we would have dogs. At one point, I had 2 German Shepherds, but all these periods are for like 4 or 5 months. And then I'll ask my mom, like, hey, I remember what happened to those 2 German Shepherds? And she'll be like, I think they ran away. I don't know. And she can't remember. And so I just remember this revolving door of dogs.
Yeah.
And now that I have dogs, it's like, wait, how do you not remember? They're like, it's like 10, 12 years, and they're like part of the family. I don't know what was going on with all these dogs in my childhood.
Seems like perhaps your family had a much more, let's call it, unconventional, loose relationship with pet ownership in the way that
to
most
me, it
families.
sounds like some sort of dog-related crime was happening. Like
I have no fucking idea, because like I love dogs and I can't fathom like not knowing what happened to a dog.
You
but I was
launder
very
money
little this whole
through
time.
dogs. That's what I'm thinking is happening here.
Yeah.
There's some sort of like, hey, these German Shepherds are worth a lot, and we're gonna move some stuff around.
I don't know.
That's what I'm gonna land.
No one ever remembers. No one in my family ever remembers.
I believe that most realistically, and this would actually explain a lot, everybody, that Dan just has some sort of memory block, and he was in fact raised by wolves, and he cannot.
That tracks.
No one
That would
wants to tell him.
track.
No one wants to tell him the truth, and he can't. He can't really.
Look,
He's got
this
an
is photo
A and a
evidence.
C.
I'm gonna hold it up. I'm gonna hold this up.
I also thought that you were going to tell a story where you had remembered playing with dogs when you were a young boy, as you're showing in this photo.
I don't see a dog in that photo. Do you guys see a dog in that photo?
No, I don't see one. No.
Wait, what? What's going on?
I thought the story was going to go where like you were the one in the cage. I felt like that's how this was going to go, which would track. I think everyone's in agreement where it would be like, yeah, okay, sure, that's a believable Reichert scenario.
Have you ever seen the PBS show Ghost Dogs? What's the okay, now he's showing us another picture.
Yeah, that's a dog. You stepping on a dog. That's right.
Yeah, helping you get up onto the bench.
Now, Dan, do we know that that's you? I don't see a face.
I just see a fucking.
I still don't see a face, Dan.
I do see
that's you watching television. That's you watching TV and a dog in the TV.
I see a Shutterstock logo there on the bottom. Did you get the watermark taken off there? Or?
You're just watching a dog TV show, dude. That's what it is.
Wait, the fact that your face isn't in any of these is out of control.
Also, we have no photos of my face for the first 18 years. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
This is the deck. I remember this.
Are you haunted?
This is not proof. This is not
They
proof.
were in a giant pile of childhood photos of me. Do you think they planted fucking
Anecdotal
dog photos with a
I'm
child
not saying
actor? Some
they.
rehearsal
Someone
shit?
did.
Anecdotal. This does not pass as
Whoa.
evidence. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
Dismissed.
man.
Nathan Fielder was like setting this up for you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Planting memories of a dog that doesn't exist.
Oh, there's nothing
I'm
better.
I'm actually losing it. That Dan is like really hung up on this photographic evidence, and his face isn't in any.
Those are the only 3 photos.
He's like, well, there's got to be one. There's got to be one where my face is in it.
That was
There's gotta be a
definitely
bald
me.
spot.
That was me.
Oh my god, I love that this is a new angle of you just straight up being able to not prove that you had.
This would drive me crazy. This would drive me crazy.
This is so sick.
Yeah.
This is the best new angle anyone could have hoped for. Thank you, Alex, for being here. At its
I'm tearing
inception.
up. I'm tearing up.
It's so good. Okay, speaking of dogs, let's do like a little dog.
Hey, you guys were talking about geese earlier last week. I wanted to say no, geese are not mean. Well, some of them are, but not all of them. I go to this lake, and I don't know if they're used to humans or not, because they really are, but I'll bring a batch of bread, and they'll eat it right out of my hand. Even sometimes come right up to me like a little dog. But yeah, I wanted to say that. Thanks. Bye.
So
Very quick update before we go into that. Vinny Caravella texted me back and just said no.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Even the most
That's
generous.
That's
Yeah.
like out of the mouth of the Pope right there.
For the record,
Yeah.
I think he's wrong. But anyway, go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you think away.
Like I said, the most generous of all Italians with that, and he just simply said no. I'm sorry, you're wrong.
If someone said we're getting Italian food and then took you to Pizza Hut, you would not think that was
Overjoyed.
weird.
You would run away. You would leave their house.
He wouldn't be overjoyed.
If someone was like, "Hey, we're going out for Italian food," and they pull up to a Pizza Hut,
Listen,
I'd
the
lose
East
their
Coast is
number.
weird about Pizza Hut. The East Coast, everywhere else, it's king. It is the McDonald's of burgers and fries. Is Pizza Hut to pizza?
Dude, I got news for you. There's nothing great about McDonald's burgers and fries either.
But it is like
Psycho.
the king of like the burgers and fries in terms of like if you polled 1 million Americans, hey, when you think burgers and fries, what do you think of? McDonald's wins that by a landslide, right? If you go to anywhere but the East Coast or the West Coast and you just say, hey, what's pizza? And they'll say, what's Pizza Hut?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I disagree with the majority of Americans too. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So like, terrible scale.
I would say a statistical minority, actually, Jeff.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for highlighting that. Thank you. That's an important. That's an important note. That's an important note.
Looking out for my guy.
Yes.
I would like to answer. It wasn't really a question. I would just like to say there has been a lot of animal-based slander across the board on giant bomb content.
No.
First of all, listen, I think we need to start assuming the intentions of these animals is not negative, but you are simply encroaching upon their space. I think that we are the invaders on these geese.
Sure.
So if these geese are coming to attack you,
Yeah.
it's because you're doing something anti-goose. You know what I'm saying? These geese are just trying to
feed them.
They don't know that. Why would they ever think that? The last time they saw a human, their nest got broken. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Well, I showed you a picture like last week of me getting bit by a goose I was trying to feed.
I'm just trying to park in the parking lot, and the geese are getting mad at me. Yeah,
geese were here
next to their
first.
eggs, but I'm just gonna walk past them, homie.
Yeah. The
That's
geese
what I'm
were.
saying.
I mean, that snake was there first, Dan.
No.
In
I
that
would even
basement.
go so far.
I
would
found
go
some
so
puke on
far.
a workbench downstairs. Anyway.
Cool. Anyway,
Snake
I
puke,
would
snake
go.
puke, it's the whole thing.
I would go so far as to say that even Mr. Grubb, how you just said you were just trying to go to the park, you were on the parking lot, and you're just like, mind, it's okay, geese. I'm not trying to fight you. We could go so far as to say that parking lot shouldn't even be there. That should be the goose's
totally. I just want them
house.
to recognize my superiority as a human being and my dominion over them. They need to recognize, or else I'm going to talk bad about them on a podcast.
On a podcast.
You should look
That'll
out.
show them.
Yeah, that'll show them once and for all.
Someone by the name of Geese Peep in the chat says geese fight back, and I respect that. I appreciate that.
Well,
You've
dedication.
You've committed to the bit to a point of like that. Anyway, I just want to say
They're learning to use keyboards now, or they're clearly in chat here.
Yeah, I just want to say the geese are not that bad, and it's going to be okay. Also, theoretically, they're probably descendants of some kind of dinosaur.
They
So you're
definitely
lucky.
are,
You're lucky that they're just geese.
Yeah.
Dan would
They could
totally
be
try
more.
and fuck with a raptor. He'd totally.
I mean, it
try
sounds
to.
like they're way dorkier than Jurassic Park makes them seem.
Because
Like
the feathers? Is
They're
that what you're
small.
meaning?
Yes, the documentary Jurassic Park. What are you trying to say here,
they're
bud?
smaller and less scary. Jurassic Park makes them out to be killers, but I've heard they're actually kind of tiny and dorky.
We don't know.
And what makes an animal dorky, Dan?
They
did well in
dumber.
math?
They
I
look
don't
cool and
understand. Like,
sleek in
Yeah, but like,
Jurassic
think
Park.
about like most birds are like very aggressive. Imagine a more deadly, more aggressive bird and a dinosaur. Like
I'm not saying outright that I think I could beat a raptor in a fight. I'm just saying it wouldn't be the one-sided affair that Jurassic Park would make you think it is.
Oh,
I think it would be a one-sided affair with a goose.
On nothing. What are you basing this on?
How many times have you seen raptors outside of Jurassic Park?
First of all, the raptors, the way they were, as far as I understand it, they were much smaller than what they are presented in the Jurassic Park films. But regardless,
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to punt it, guys.
Yeah,
Like you're not
dude.
going to be able to like just like kick it away.
I don't think I'm going to win. I don't even think I'm going to win. I'm just thinking I might survive the encounter.
I've got here that a velociraptor would be approximately 30 pounds soaking wet. And
Never mind, I could win.
And was 2 feet tall. Now here's the unsettling part though.
They're copies.
6 feet long.
Yeah, what's
like
that
a tail
tail?
whip.
That
Yeah,
tail.
like a
The
tail
tail
whip.
is at least half of it, but like I don't
Lot of
know.
range.
I think you're underappreciating. I think you're underappreciating that when something that big wants to bite your throat.
Oh, yeah, and the
eat you,
speed.
like,
But
what
if its tail is that big, I think it would be really susceptible to the old Mario 64. Like you just grab the tail and just take care of them that
Nothing
way.
Sure,
Nothing like having
it's a classic strategy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would work. If it's that big, it'd be easy to get a hold of.
You guys,
Yeah,
this
just
is our
Irish whip
fault.
it.
This is our
Have
fault.
you? Yeah, but I've tried to like get my cat in the carrier to like go to the vet, and I haven't left unscathed. Now make her 3 times fucking bigger, and it's trying to eat me. This is not a fight you're gonna win.
Yeah,
I
it's not
think
gonna happen.
I think if it was one, you would survive. But like they do hunt in packs. They are like
yeah, one-on-one, like in the octagon. I think I survived.
in the
right.
The
Sanctioned by
agreed.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
we're
a
abiding
BattleBots
by
arena,
the rules.
yeah, I can take it.
Sure,
Yeah,
the Raptor
totally.
agreed to have this, on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
or
no
whatever.
low blows.
Jeff
It's
Jeff
trying to
Jarrett
promote
is
its new
the-
water. Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett is the special guest referee.
Yes, absolutely. Get Jay Lethal in there.
You see the Raptor coming out there, it's like liquid death all over its boxers.
Yeah.
It's like super jazzed. To fucking,
This is I'm pretty sure this is Tekken.
Yeah, this is Tekken. Yeah, and we did
It's
have a
gone.
similar bear kangaroo
man.
conversation the other day. All right,
Yeah.
we have to wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. The last voicemail of the day goes to the chat, and the first one to respond to me was Moise. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, dumpers. Your boy Joe, outside of Hartford, Connecticut here, the hardest hitting town this side of New England.
Okay.
This one goes
Whoa.
out to Broadway Alex. I have to talk for long periods of time, and I have a preparation that I apply to my mouth and throat that I like to call lubing the throat. So, my question, how do y'all lube the throat? Keep that throat moist.
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you,
Just
caller.
Canola
Alex.
So that's
oil.
it.
Just
Yeah.
chuck canola oil. Yeah.
That's a good question that I have plenty of answers to that actually could be beneficial to those of you. And I would call this some sort of broadcast adjacent profession. I would like to really quickly say that number one, the caller didn't tell us their method.
Right.
So that feels weird.
No,
and it's getting me going
It's
to the worst.
proprietary, please. Come on.
Yeah, oh, right. It's
Yeah.
it's just sending me to the worst like corners of possibility. So that's the
Like
caller's
what?
fault. Well, I know that's not for public consumption,
Come.
but
There's been a lot of come on Giant Bomb this
Listen,
week.
we'll just say it. Move on.
Yeah.
All right.
Alex, that's not where Alex was going with it. I
yeah.
don't think.
Anyway,
I'm gonna make that a sound alert. Grub just use cum.mp3.
Yeah, that'll be $9.99
Hell yeah.
on Dan Reicher's channel. Somebody also clip out the little picture of Grub doing it, and then that'll.
Yeah.
that'll
Oh yeah, I can pop it up and overlay. Yeah.
And to be clear, saying doing it was definitely the wrong choice of words for that. But no, listen. This one I don't actually do, but if it's good enough for Celine Dion, it's good enough for everybody here. She loves to have a bag of Lay's potato chips.
Hell yeah.
Now, these are certainly dehydrating, but she does have a bag of Lay's potato chips before she sings. I think something about the grease feels good to one greatest singer to ever live, Celine Dion. Listen, throat coat tea is
Yeah, I've
really,
heard
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. Steamers are really, really good. Personal steamers are really good. Everyone should just have one in their home anyway, because if you're sick, it's very helpful to break up your mucus and stuff like that in a way that's not going to like actually mess you up in any way. Like you're not like, there's going to be no like menthol or mints or anything like that, which is actually feels good, but it's not good for the actual healing of this.
Okay.
There are expensive cough drops, and I preface by saying they're expensive, but they are really good, called Grether's Pastilles.
Woo! Oh,
they're really, really good, and they're really, really tasty. And they, it's just like a all natural kind of grown up, like gummy bear thing that you kind of just suck on for like 20 minutes. It's really, really good for you. And the other thing is vocal health people. Speak, breathe, use your breath. Don't just go like this. Like somebody in the chat. I'm surprised you've never lost your voice, Dan, actually. So you're probably doing something correctly.
Have you never?
I've never heard it.
I don't think I ever have, but I also don't think I yell much, right?
Oh my God, you are such a jackass. That's like literally the only thing anyone ever says about any of our content. Why does Dan always yell?
Wait,
it's your thing, dude.
I'm not
It's
actually
your
like
thing, you
raising my
psycho.
voice, right?
So you know what I'll
you
also say?
crazy. Yeah.
You know what I'll also say?
I don't yell.
We can't even do
Dan
this. We
is
can't
now
even do
listen
this.
to that. Listen to that right there. Dan is using, if you can believe it, a decently healthy part of his voice to do that.
Thank you.
By
I'm
going,
just
wait,
enunciating. I know how to
using
say
his-
words.
He
Yeah,
does that?
he's like flipping up into, he's not pushing anything. He's going up and back and using his false chords to do that. He's not actually
Exactly.
screaming, which is very, very funny.
Thank you,
I
Alex.
feel like I
Yeah,
should
but
give you a
do-
consulting fee to help me here. Yeah.
Also, he does scream for sure.
Screaming
but,
is a very
you know-
specific thing. I don't scream.
Yeah,
Mm.
listen, all I can respond to is that the voice is always there. He always sounds the same. So whatever he's doing is working.
There we go.
That's all I have to say. I've heard rumor of Freddie Mercury. I think we can all agree one of the greatest to ever live.
Dan Reichert, the Freddie Mercury of podcasting. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
I definitely meant to compare those two things.
Is that where you're
There's a
going with
rumor,
this?
I've never been able to prove or find that it's true, but there were a lot of reports that Freddie had vocal nodules, but had which is damage. It's like you've torn your vocal cord and like
People
basically
usually
think of
get
like
surgery, right? Yeah.
Yes, think of like a blister has formed over it, and your voice can't do what it needs to do. Some have said that he actually had two that were so specifically placed that actually they were like working well together.
Yeah.
So surgery was not actually needed.
Weird.
But all of that to say, be intentional about your speaking. Like doing this kind of stuff, like the kind of stuff you really want to do in your podcasting. Terrible. So bad. Super, super bad.
Interesting.
Yeah, I believe it. Sounds like what I do. Yep.
That's wild because I feel like I've spent the majority of my life speaking into a microphone, and not once have I ever had anyone be like, "Do it this way."
Yeah, but guess what?
I've never
You're
thought
doing
of
it okay
ever.
because you're speaking kind of here. You're speaking a little bit like on your voice, but a little bit off your voice, and it's not too much. But if you were like down here and you were really trying to do like a
Okay.
podcast voice, I'd be worried about you.
Interesting.
But you're
Okay.
not.
I never had to
Thanks.
think about that
Okay.
before.
I
Although
think
it
we
is like
passed it.
undeniable. Like I
Passed.
go back to like the first stuff I did, where it's like the old video stuff at Game Informer, and like I do sound. It sounds like a different voice, but at no point
getting
have
older,
I ever.
too.
But I've also never like learned a different way or thought about doing it differently. I just assumed it was a like, oh, you're like shy at first, but then when you get used to it, you're more like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, probably is that to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
Remarkable.
Look at that.
Well, shit. I mean, I learned a lot, especially when Dan wasn't talking. But
I learned that Dan didn't have a childhood, and we're gonna be figuring that out. For
Those
a while.
photos are real. I have many real photos of me as a child.
I learned
Are there any pictures of your face with the dog?
Yeah.
No.
And,
No.
and do you have any photos of you like a unicorn and stuff like that, or do you?
There
have,
are like
6 years to
90
live?
photos of me and giant piles of leaves and giant fields of pumpkins. Like those are like more of those than school photos.
Those could be implants, but they also could just be a normal Kansas. Like, yeah.
I think
also,
what
there's
we
like no
learned-
photos between like 5 and like college.
Shit.
Like there are some, they're like yearbook
I'm a
photos
truther
and
now.
stuff.
I'm a
but
Dan
there's like a
Reichert truther now.
billion.
There it
There are
happened.
like a billion photos of like baby to like 3, and then like nothing until like college parties.
I think.
What about
There's a few.
photos
Not a
with friends? Like like at a friend's birthday party. Is that documented at least?
Yeah.
Like,
see,
of
there's
childhood?
no way to know.
I didn't socialize. I didn't go to like birthday parties.
Guys, I
well,
think
don't-
Dan was grown. I think he was grown.
I think
he is
he's-
mold. He is.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, we know
Ethan,
that.
whatever.
The Resident Evil Village
yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
He's Dan. Like what we found out from the bad evidence you were supplying earlier in the show. We found out and we came to learn, just as I suspected for many, many years, it's the Chip Douglas effect. If you've seen The Cable Guy, Jim Carrey's character in The Cable Guy is raised by television and therefore basically interprets that as his childhood, which you in
wrestling
many
video
ways have
games.
exemplified the same exact sort of fucking
I mean-
upbringing where like you thought you were in Last Action Hero or whatever the fuck you've said before.
I was the kid in Last Action Hero.
Yeah, so like this just completely translates
Yeah.
1-to-1.
To be honest, Dan's general life arc. This only support like him being like a collective hallucination or something is only being proven further. Dan, have you
Met my dad? My dad can speak to my existence.
I've actually not met him.
I've not met the actor playing your father. Okay,
No, yeah.
I've not met him.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he's going to be revealed to be Benicio del Toro.
Yeah,
playing
This
And
has-
in a role of a
playing
lifetime.
Paul Reichert.
Gary Oldman in a role of a lifetime is Paul Reichert.
this this has Cable Guy and Truman Show written all over it.
I love both those movies.
And I would love to just put that out there that Dan is not real. If we could just, we've learned
That's
to
our next
touch
bumper
corn.
sticker, by the way. Just
We've
Dan
learned-
is not real.
I mean, Grub has barely ever seen me in person. I think I walked behind you on a stage once. Yeah.
Every time I hang out with
Greg
Dan,
Miller
I
could have
get
been in
sick.
on that too. He could have set that up. So
That's true. What's
Well,
that, Alex?
Yeah, I was going to say almost every time I hang out with Dan, I end up ill after. So I do also imagine that there's some sort of radiation coming off.
mold.
Of him
It's
from
the
diseases from the
mold.
parallel universe. Yeah.
Jan's
I
right.
like
Some
it.
inoculation to that.
Poor Backlar's trying to put an end on the show, and now we're just sitting here theory crafting about
this is the podcast.
what,
the new podcast.
how, and why Dan Reichert is.
Yeah,
We're
just
just
voicemail
doing
dump trucks
good luck.
podcast within a podcast. Is Dan Reichert real?
It's the
Yeah,
mold
this has
fiction.
been the voicemail dump truck has been a long con to get to the. It's like a serial. This is gonna
This is great.
season
Summoned
2
me
of
back
voicemail
to
dump
Giant
truck.
Bomb. Yeah.
It's the lore we've been looking for. It's the mold fiction that we've all wanted to craft and have a piece of that.
And we
puzzle.
solve it, and he's just going to dissolve into a million bright sparkles and go back to the universe. And
He'll be like, "You've done it," and he'll put his hand on our cheek, nod carefully, and he just
you've set me free.
Yeah.
And then we all will collectively have the memory of Dan Reichert or whoever we thought.
But
Dan
no
Reichert
photos of yourselves with your faces showing.
No.
And
Just a bunch of empty.
all the videos are just lost.
Yeah, just a bunch of empty hugs and whatnot. Yeah, it'll be super upsetting, but worth it. Alex Boniello, thank you so much for being here. Everyone, please go out and check the book out.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
What's
Thank
the
you
book
for
called
having
again?
me. The book is called A Case of the Zaps. It is a children's book. The art is great. Buy it for your child. Buy it for a child in your life. Really would appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun to get into the world of publishing and see what that whole thing is about. Very
Right
different
on.
than anything I've ever gotten to do. So it's been fun.
And where else can people follow you, Alex?
They can follow me on all the places where people follow. My username is just my name at Alex Boniello on all platforms, including Twitch. Sometimes I use that. Sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends.
That's how it goes. Definitely how it goes. I hear you, man. It's been a pleasure. You're obviously welcome here whenever you want to be here. Dan Reichert, Jeff Grubb. Big thanks to Jan Ochoa for driving the program. 707 Exit Flu is the phone number. Please do yourself a favor and leave a voicemail for the
Give us a
dump
call.
truck.
Can I say
will
one more
be-
thing?
Absolutely,
So sorry.
sir.
I want to say one more thing that I've noticed every time, especially in the remote era, that I've
Mm.
joined any of you on any of these things. Everybody at home, Jan is really killing it.
Mhm.
Every single time I join one of these things, it's always set up to go. Jan is working quietly behind the scenes and doing an amazing job.
He's
and as
been
somebody,
playing Fortnite this entire show. You don't know what
I mean,
you're talking
maybe,
about.
maybe, but it got set up, and I just it's really great. It's really cool to see. Cool to see the sausage get made and see how hard all of these people work and all the stuff that you don't see them do. And that's in meetings to make the fun content for you all. It's to do all of this stuff. I think as a person who started as someone who just watched this stuff over the years, has become friends with some of them and have gotten to join them. It's a job, and they're doing a great job and making very entertaining content for you all in the worst possible way to do it. And I just have to applaud all of you. And Jan, good job back there.
That means a lot.
Agreed.
Thank you so much.
Jan's the best,
And-
and you're too damn nice, Alex.
Yeah. Cut the horse shit. When are we going to have another go at Neon White? That's what I want. That's what I need.
We do.
Whenever
We need to get
you,
back in there.
when
I need to
whenever-
defend my titles, so
I'm going to go practice.
Whenever you grow the stones.
That's super nice of you to say.
Yeah.
Without Jan, I agree. There is no giant bomb. We can't do it straight up without Jan. So please don't forget that. But we can do it without Dan. Just to throw that out there. No, I'm kidding.
Apparently we have been, and he's just been this.
Yeah, it's actually we've been doing it with this
I'm the
hologram
VTuber.
person.
I'm the VTuber. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Alex, it's such a pleasure, man. We love you very much. Thank you for being here, man. And
Thank you for having me. Keep
got it.
on doing whatever you want.
We're gonna do it. 707
Inspiring.
Exit Flu is the phone number. We'll see you next week. I will be gone, but we'll be back. I'll be back the week after next. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.